All right, guys. So as you're getting ready to do your scientific method lab, what I want you to do is you'll notice that it's called problem solving in the scientific method. Obviously, the first thing to do is I know we aren't big fans of this, but I want you to read the directions right here. It's going to tell you what you're going to do. But you're ultimately going to come down to you doing four basic things. You're going to determine the problem, do some testing, which is experimenting, and analyze the results, and then of course draw a conclusion. Now you see some of your materials, you have an ice cube, a balance. A balance is nothing more than really a scale. I think that's what you guys will usually call that. We call them balances in science, of course. A metric ruler, you'll be using a metric just like we did earlier. Some water out of the sink. Alcohol, got alcohol, comes in this thing, 70% alcohol, that's what you'll use. A graduated cylinder, this is a graduated cylinder, you guys have seen these. A graduated beaker, that's nothing more than a beaker itself, but it has a graduation on the side of it, which is measurements. Okay, so a graduated beaker. A stirring rod, which is a glass rod. Please be careful of those. They do break easily. And then some forceps or tongs. Forceps are tweezers, and these are tongs. Okay, so that's the kind of stuff you're going to be using for this lab. From there, you should be able to go ahead and read some of the directions. It gives you a procedure. Let me get rid of that writing. Okay, that gives you a procedure, and you're going to do some data observations. Now look, you're going to at the bottom of this, it's going to ask you for some definitions. What I want from you on those definitions is I want you to go ahead and write your definitions right here in your words. Okay, where do I find this? Well, you guys are very resourceful. This is one of those chances to do it. You can go to Google, of course. That's a big one. You can look up online. You can look up in your book. You can use a dictionary. Anything. That is perfectly fine to use. But make sure you understand what it is. You're not just writing the definition to please me. You're writing these definitions to give you the opportunity to learn what this is. Now, the other thing I want you to take a look at when we're here, you see the procedure. You're going to go through the process, answer some questions. This stuff really has you working with a little bit of math and doing some density problems. Now, some of you have seen density. It may have been a while. I know you get that in junior high. If you have trouble with this lab and you're unable to put together the answers or know what it's talking about, it's fine. What I want you to do is I've given you a supplemental lab. This is the supplemental lab. Notice this is density and buoyancy. This lab is going to give you the opportunity to go ahead and do some of these same things, but it's going to give you the background and the density you may have forgotten. So you'll notice the balance. Beakers are the same, two different ones. This one, an egg. I can get you an egg. Graduated cylinder. A heat source, we'll just use a hot plate there. Measuring tray, pan, salt, spoon, stirring rod, and water. And it's just giving you a chance to work with some density. Now, this is a supplemental lab. It goes with the other one. You do not have to do this one if you know how to handle the other one. That's what we're looking for then. And then, of course, at the end of, not this one, but the other lab, I'll pull it up for you. This lab, which is the original one we looked at, notice it is called Problem Solving in the Scientific Method. This one, you're going to actually write your lab report for this, the one that I showed you early in the semester, and you'll follow that format as you go through. All right, good luck.